Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Total War Attila Western Roman Empire campaign Let's Play. So, it's been a while since I've had time to record this series, but I'm hoping to get back on to a regular schedule with it. So anyways, I've advanced the turn between episodes, and in the last episode we had left off trying to get a few of our guys into new positions of office, and so it looks like there's an obstruction here. Either we can decree it and we'll lose influence for the emperor, or we can go with some political favors, in which case he'll lose influence. I'm obviously going to do that because I need all my influence. I would prefer to keep non-family members' influence down, and so this just works to help me. And then Vedius looks to be in the same position. I'll do the same thing there. And then apparently we gained some support as well, so plus 6%. Which is good, because I think we were struggling with that. Yeah, our power is down a bit, although it's into the acceptable range, which should work out. We were at weak not long ago, but I'd prefer to probably keep it inacceptable, because that'll give us a nice little public order bonus. If we get up into balanced, we're going to lose that. And while the loyalty bonus would be nice, I think this is a good place to be. So, how is our allegiance among these guys is not great, but it's better than it was. So I'll have to see who's the worst. It looks like he is. He's getting up there in age, though. He won't be around much longer, so maybe I can have somebody else secure his allegiance or his loyalty. 4, 8, 6. So yeah. Secure his loyalty if you don't mind. And oh, Bacchus was part of our family. That's right, we adopted him. I should probably get him married at some point. Can't do that right now, but we'll look at it later. All right. So we have the Saxon army right here, and we did end up losing this province to the Danes. This was also ours, so we got to take that back. Let's see. 13 units at mostly full strength versus their 20 at mostly full strength. That's going to be a tough battle to win. It looks like we can grab some mercenaries, but we'll take care of that last probably. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Obviously we need to build stuff pretty much everywhere. Yeah. Wait, why did it take me all the way up there? That's not... Maybe it means this one? Maxima... No, that's Belgica. I'm not sure where this is trying to send me, because it's not sending me to the right spot. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's referring to this. It just won't let me click on it for whatever reason. Yeah, okay. So it's referring to that. Yeah, we lost that settlement. Arabian separatists have declared war. Let's see. Research is done, so we'll choose a new research. We have the option of military provisions, or cattle pens, or legal science. I'm going to go with legal science, I think. Really, none of these are going to give me any immediate usefulness besides like the wealth bonus. This would probably give me more money sooner. You know what? Yeah, let's do that first. Okay. I'm not going to bother with any upgrades here, really. Maybe more food. No, they're doing pretty well on food. If anything, we could use like an auditorium. Public orders -8. I imagine a lot of that is due to instability, yeah, so it would be fine if not for the instability. Either way, we could upgrade that. How much more garrison would that give me? Really nothing beyond like one more archer. Yeah, it just gives me an extra archer. Oh, and an extra legio. Or legio. We'll think about it. Down here, Let's see, we have this army that we were slowly trying to build up to hold off the advances of our enemies on this front, and then we have the 2 legions down here that we're dealing with our enemies in the south. I'd like to eventually get rid of these guys, but as I have nothing to replace them with, it doesn't really make sense to do that. I could snatch up some more Hunnic units, and that's not a terrible idea actually, because I could use some cavalry here, and Huns obviously have very good cavalry. So I'll do that. And let's see, I could recruit them. No, I don't really need those guys, and they're more expensive than the levied ones. More spears or more legios, I don't know. And you guys are a full stack, albeit a slightly weakened one. Are we at war with them, by the way? I'm pretty sure we're not, because it let me levy from them. So what's happening down here? I could try offering the Huns land and trying to pin them to a spot. That would be sort of interesting. Yeah, we're not at war with them right now.
We will gladly listen to your offers, but do
Could
not
try arranging a
wrap
marriage.
them in lies.
Low. That's unfortunate. We could marry Bacchus to her, I assume. Yeah. For some reason, I mean, I know why they're not interested, but I was hoping that they would have been. We could try for a non-aggression pact. No. I was hoping they would go for the arranged marriage, and that would boost our relations with them. Are they improving? They actually are improving. So if we wait, we might be able to turn that around. But it would be pretty funny if we could turn the Huns into allies and actually not have to deal with them in the end game. I think that would make it really, really easy for us, but it's definitely possible. It looks like I can't offer them land though. So we'll just we'll let the relations keep climbing while we're not at war and see if we can turn that into anything. Meanwhile, let's see. Do we have any other hostile factions in the area? I think one of these is, so the Visigoths own that province. I assume that means that the Ostrogoths are, yeah, they're nomads. So I might head south and actually finish them off. It looks like they're pretty weakened. I believe we defeated them in battle in the last episode. Yeah, they look pretty badly off. So we could probably wipe them out fairly easily. And then these guys, we actually could take that land back from them pretty easily as well. I don't know that I want to necessarily have to worry about more land, but it may not be such a terrible idea given that a lot of the factions down here aren't necessarily hostile toward me. So who would I send? Your army's not really in any shape to fight. So I think I might send the Emperor here. But I could get caught out of position, and that's a bit concerning. I don't see any other hostile armies, though. We've got these two. That one's not. These are all allied. So it's not like there's anything that could overwhelm me if I rush down there. Granted, I'm going to lose my replenishment, but let's keep the pressure on. They'll either accept the fight or run. If they run, I'll probably just go after these guys. Oh, I can't quite get there. You can't hire any mercenaries, so just stay there and we'll see what they decide to do. How's our public order here? It's dead even. I would like to start building this area up because this is going to be one of the few areas we can probably hold. I think so. We're probably going to lose the most ground along this eastern border here to the north. I don't think we'll end up losing Dalmatia or... I thought this was Illyria actually, but I guess it's not. It's Macedonia. It seems a bit far west from Macedonia. This is Pannonia. Well, either way, I'd like to build it up. So I could probably just bump this up to a Latin church, and that would definitely solve my public order issues. Food-wise, they're looking pretty good as well. We don't have anything here, though. So I would probably build another barracks of some sort here. I could take this up to, like, infantry grounds, and then I could make the other one a skirmisher range, or even a cavalry corral. But I think first thing I should do is maybe go with the Latin Church, because that's not only going to give me public order, but it's going to spread our religion into neighboring provinces, so I might be able to convert some of our neighbors to Christianity, which would be really, really useful. Also, do we have any priests? Let's see. Edict issued. Food shortage resolved. No, we don't have any priests. I should probably get one. So who will allow me to train up a priest? I should be able to make one here. Yeah, okay. Perfect, that's exactly what I want. So, train a priest here. He can't move anywhere this turn, but next turn we're going to send him somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly. I was thinking of maybe going after the Franks first, but since we lost Colonia Agrippina, it's going to be a little bit harder to do that. Unfortunately, the freaking... I think it's the Danes. It's the Danes or the Utes. It must be the Utes. Yeah. So they took that province from me, even though I thought they were going to sack it. And so we'll have to take that back, obviously. But I'd like to make the Franks an ally. And so if I send the priest there, he can just sort of sit there, slowly convert them to Christianity. And once they are Christian, I think we'll have a pretty easy time bringing them on board. Yeah, stay where you are. Looks like you can levy units as well, but you are a full stack, so it's not going to help me. I have a little bit more money to spend, so I probably should. Question is, like, where is it best spent? You guys need food, but we're doing pretty well on food as a faction. I'm just trying to make sure that every province has a surplus, so that way we're not overly reliant on certain provinces for all of our food. If something happens to one province, the others will, be able to fend for themselves, and so forth. This wouldn't be a bad place to... Yeah, there's a lot of stuff missing here. In fact, I should try to build a chapel there, but I'm a little bit short. That's unfortunate. How are you on food? Actually, pretty good on food. Build a rally field then, I think. And we'll start, working that up. And next turn, hopefully, we can get a chapel there. Alright, so now we got to figure out this battle. I don't know that I can necessarily win that. They've got a lot of dogs. Like, these guys aren't much of a threat. But if they flank you, they can be deadly. Neither of these guys. I mean, they're better than these, but they're not as good as my spear units. They do have some pikes, which can be dangerous. Any archer can be deadly if you don't get to them quickly enough. And then, of course, we have the mounted warband. And then I assume that these are dogs as well, but I could be wrong. They could be cavalry. I don't have enough money for mercenaries, really. I guess I could hire one more cavalry. So let's do that. And then... Oh, are they dug in? Yeah, they are. I don't want to attack them then. So I probably shouldn't have wasted the money on these guys, but I'll keep them around. I can afford them for now anyway. Actually, what I should have done is just trained up another spear unit. That would have gotten me a little bit further. So, you know what? Screw it. That was a waste of money, but I'm going to get rid of these guys. I'll take the extra 360 in income, and next turn I will either recruit mercenaries to fight them, or I will just train up some units. But I don't like the idea of attacking them with them having, fortified walls. So we're just going to have to leave them be for the time being. I think that's going to do it for this turn. I'll take one more look at our diplomacy, though, just to make sure I'm not missing any trade opportunities.
Are you brave or foolish? Or
No,
just
I wish
mad?
they would trade with me
Well,
because they
speak.
have those
I will
gemstones.
listen.
But they're not willing to budge. The Abdanians
Welcome.
are pretty
Speak.
much the
Come on.
same.
Do not waste time. Better spend it hunting.
Not interested in making any sort of agreement with me. For them, it doesn't really make sense because they have nothing to lose by trading with me. With the other guys, obviously, They don't want to spread their resources too thin, although they would make more money trading them with me than anybody else. But they hate me, so that's part of the reason, I
Do
assume.
not wander in like a desert beggar.
Yeah,
If you have
yeah.
something to say, say it like...
They could make a lot of money from trading with me, but they're not interested either. If I could turn you guys into allies, that would be great.
Greetings. Now speak plainly.
They just have
For we are an honest folk,
no
and value
desire in
honesty
any sort of
others.
alliance whatsoever, any sort of treaty whatsoever. Yeah, but I would love to get them on board. A little bit ahistorical, but it would be cool to have, you know, like Scandinavian allies, especially given that these guys are at war with us and giving us some trouble. Got trade with them. Doesn't look like I can trade with anybody else, so yeah. Where are you guys? I wish you would, you know, do something useful, like take your province back or go after the Markomans. But, yeah. In fact, I wonder... You're a defensive ally. I need you to be a military ally, so let's try to upgrade that.
Welcome. We will talk
Cool.
and then we will feast until our guts rumble and our
oh,
backsides
good.
ache from overuse.
That's actually a nice pairing, so I'm going to see if they'll agree to that, and then maybe they'll give me some money as well. So they're going to give me money, a military alliance, and an arranged marriage with Bacchus. And in return, we'll become military allies, and I can direct them to targets. And it looks like I'm currently targeting the Saxons, which actually isn't a bad idea. But I'd like to send them after this province, too. So... They rejected it. Okay, let's try that again. Military alliance plus the arranged marriage. And I'll request like 500. And they should accept that. Cool. So we'll see if they acknowledge that war target. And then what I'll do is I'll spend that money I just grabbed on a spear unit here. Okay, and that's pretty much all we can do. So I'm going to advance the turn. Hopefully, you know, the whole thing doesn't fall apart in between turns, but we'll certainly find out. So see you guys there. Alright, so we didn't get attacked by anybody, but apparently there were some hostile agents doing stuff. Apparently he, failed critically, so he was wounded in the process. We still have disease spreading, and looks like there's been a hostage situation, so we'll have to take a look at that. We secured the loyalty of Virius, so that's good. And we have a population surplus in Magna Graecia. We encountered the Judeans. The Angles and the Danes are at war. I might be able to use that to my advantage. And we recruited that unit of spears. So, let's see here. I don't like what these Thuringians are doing by maneuvering around my borders. So I'm going to need to maneuver in, or maneuver a legion in that general direction. I don't know that I necessarily want to attack them outright, but I could probably beat them if I did. Either way, we're going to put our legion over here just to give them something to think about. And Lupfordum, that's them over there. Honestly, I think this is a pretty weak army, all things considered, but better safe than sorry, as always. And then for 240, that's actually not a bad idea, because I could use all the cavalry I can get, and right now the only way for us to get cavalry is pretty much through mercenaries, and these are fairly inexpensive. So I'll grab them. Might train up some more Legios here, but I don't know. I think we could probably win that if we needed to. The Saxons look to be holding their ground, which is concerning, but I can't really do much about it. So I'm just going to continue to build up this force. Unfortunately, I think they took the settlement that had my recruitment building in it, so I can't train anything more than the spears. Which is going to prove to be difficult in dealing with them, but we'll figure it out. Let's start sending this guy up toward the Franks. Actually, I probably should have trained him. I probably could have trained him right here, actually, because they had a... yeah, I could have done it right here. That was unsmart of me. Not smart of me. That would boost my income a little bit, but probably not incredibly pressing as far as needs go. I think this is probably better. Alright, they've got plenty of food though, so I don't see the need to really... these orchards are giving me a lot of food. I wonder... So this would boost public order and food production. That's pretty cool. I think the vineyard would be the way to go there. Plus this is the south of France after all, so like, you know, what else would you build? And, you know, they're producing wine and grapes. So I think the vineyard would make the most sense, but we don't need that right now. But it's definitely, I think, a good way to go. It's going to give us food, public order, and resource production, which of course we can make money off of. So pretty much the only downside to that building is the squalor, and that's no big deal. You guys are doing pretty good here. Over here, we might besiege this force here. It looks like they're Dacians. They've got Falxes, which are pretty threatening weapons, all things considered. The Ostrogoths have fled into Eastern Roman territory, and it looks like they'll probably get crushed by one of these armies. I'm just concerned that, you know, I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. We do outnumber them. Our troop quality could be better, but if they try to fight me on the open field, I don't see how they could win. So let's just... Let's besiege them. I probably won't attack them until I have a really significant advantage, because there's really no hurry in doing that. Let's see, you guys are still replenishing, that's good. I wish I had more pikes. Once we get up to tier 2 infantry buildings, we'll have the ability to recruit the Roman pikes, the Manau... I forget what they're called. Let's see, do I have any recruitment buildings that can get upgraded? Here we go. Manau, so I can recruit them. And they don't have shields, but they have heavier armor than the Germanic pikes, so it could be useful. Let's deal with this faction incident. So Publicius Pulcher, a boy taken as a hostage at an early age has adopted our way of life. He's an excellent horseman and excels with a bow and arrow. What do you wish to do with him? I can accept him. I could take him hostage, return him, or do nothing. I think I'll accept him. Does that mean he becomes like a patrician, or maybe part of my family? I could adopt him even if he becomes a patrician, so let's accept him and see what happens. He could end up betraying us or something, you know, like assassinating the emperor, or at least attempting to, but we'll give it a shot and see what happens. I've noticed I don't like playing as the Western Roman Empire in terms of the internal politics, because there's just so much going on. Playing as smaller factions, it's a lot of fun to like try to manage all that, but in this particular playthrough, it just gets to be a little bit too cumbersome. But let me know if you guys would like to see more, you know, Total War Attila, because I've been playing, or I had been playing a while back, the oh, I forget what it's called now. It's a super popular mod for Total War Attila. It's like the... God damn, I can't remember it now. But it overhauls the game. It turns the Western Roman Empire into like more of a province system. And the Britannians, or the province of Britannia, is a really cool faction that I think would make for an interesting playthrough. So that might be worth looking at. We need public order here. So I'm going to throw down a... That's going to give me +4, which might not cut it. But between these two, when that's done and when this is done, that should be enough to completely offset it. However, we might get a rebellion before that. It'll be close, because I only need 19 to have a rebellion. This is going to finish in 3 turns, and it won't be enough to get rid of it completely. Yeah, we might have one anyways, but I'll do that so we don't have to worry about it beyond that initial rebellion if we can't prevent that one. So I can't fight them there. I should continue building up that force though, so that we can. So keep giving me spears, because I mean honestly, what else are we gonna do? So take 3 of them, because I think that's all you can train in a turn, at least over there. You guys could use more strength as well if you're going to go up against that force. So I'm not sure how I should balance this really. The spears are only good against cavalry, and honestly most of the Germanic factions don't offer very strong cavalry, so I think going Legio is smarter. Plus, Legio can counter cavalry fairly well with their missile weapons. When they throw their javelins, they do pretty substantial damage to cavalry units, so it sort of makes up for the fact that they don't have spears. So we'll give them two Legio units there, and hopefully that's enough. You're continuing to replenish your troops, and then we'll start marching you somewhere. And then the Emperor is besieging the Visigoths down here, and hopefully we'll be able to take that in. Basically what I'm going to try to do is, as the Eastern Roman Empire loses ground, I'm going to try to conquer it, and we'll essentially just end up reuniting the Roman Empire under like one emperor, because they're eventually just going to crumble. They're already losing significant ground in the Middle East and Africa. You can see here they're getting marched all over. Let's take another look at diplomacy. I'll try with the Alamans again. I don't think they're going to make a budge at all. Yeah. Unfortunate, but it might be worth trying to convert them to Christianity as well. Again, another good buffer state, and one that could trade us something very, very valuable that we can't get to ourselves. The Dacians are coming along. I don't know what I want to do with them yet. I might just conquer them, to be honest, because they're in Roman territory. But for now, they make a nice trade partner, and I could probably just absorb them into the empire if I wanted to.
And give ear to your
with enough money, I could probably make that happen. The Abdanians, again, I don't think they're going to budge.
Let me hear your talk.
No.
I warn you, I have no stomach.
Yeah. You're probably not going to budge either, but we'll keep trying.
Now
yeah. Love a trade with them as well. I would like the gemstones, but what I might try to do is, because the Garamantians are more friendly with me, if I could get them to form some sort of like puppet state with me, get them to conquer that so I don't have to worry about managing it, and then they would trade me the resources there. So it would be worth
I suppose. Now speak.
No, wait, what am I doing? I wanted to talk to you guys.
I greet you as befits your reputation.
No, they won't even go for a non-aggression pact.
Speak plainly, so that we may fall to haggling.
Probably gonna need to convert them to Christianity as well if I want that to go through, but that's something we can worry about later. You guys also aren't gonna budge.
Listen to you, but do not pass the day in words without.
It's interesting because they really don't like, or they don't hate me. They're actually fairly friendly toward me, and as far as excuse me, as far as strength is concerned, it's very one-sided. Like, they are so weak compared to me, so you would think that they'd be a little bit more inclined to listen to what I have to say. I get why the factions that hate me aren't too interested, but if somebody's, you know, neutral or bordering on friendly, you'd think they'd be a little bit more receptive to like a non-aggression pact or something, considering I could just, you know, snuff them out pretty easily. Macedonia hates my guts. They're culturally intolerant, but I guess they're a different religion, so they're not going to like me. Apparently it's deteriorating. Well, I'll probably just conquer them too then. Not a big deal. You are not at war with me, so I'm not going to concern myself with you yet. You guys are about to get crushed. What else do we got going on here? That's pretty much it. The Vandals hopefully are going to maybe help me out over here. Let's see. Let's reset this. Actually, what is that? No, go after this army here. I need your help with them. And then I'm going to send them after this. Actually, did they move over there? Maybe they did. Yeah, take back that province. How about that? And that looks to be just about all we can do, so I'm going to go ahead and end the turn here, and we'll come back with, I think, a little bit of the next turn, and then we'll be out of time. But we'll see what we can do. I don't think we're going to have a battle in this one, just because I can't afford to take on the Saxons head on here. That's not going to go well for us. Even if we're victorious, it's going to cost us. with these guys, we might be able to handle it. But I feel a lot better having 17 versus 14 because they're obviously a full stack. Even though a lot of those are warhounds, which aren't going to count for much. But we are going to have to attack them through fortifications and arrow towers and stuff, and that's something I'm not looking forward to either. Alright, so our buddies the Vandals apparently were wiped out in their attempt to retake their province, so they're not going to be helping us any further. We got more tuberculosis, another imminent rebellion. We got a general in Corduba. That's interesting. Okay, cool. We'll have to see what his loyalty is. Actually, let's check that right now. So is he already a general? The thing is, like, I don't know who this guy is. I assumed he was going to look different, but apparently not. I imagine it's this guy because I don't recognize him, but I could be completely wrong. Either way, luckily we got in this arranged marriage before the Vandals got wiped out. Okay. Well, you know what? How much... You can't. Okay. I was going to put him into a military count position or something just to get rid of some of his influence. I should actually do that for you. Need to use up some of this influence. I'll bump you up to Master of Soldiers. Lucius, if you don't have a position, I'll make you a military count. Basically, anybody who's not in your family, you want to keep moving around in here just to make sure that they don't have too much influence accumulated. And then for your own guys, you want to get them into the highest office possible, but leave them there so that they're not constantly spending influence to stay there. Well, looks like you're maxed out, and then obviously the Emperor can't hold a spot there. So that's pretty much all we can do. I'm going to end the episode here, and we'll figure out what to do with our money and where and how to attack in the next episode. It looks like they've abandoned the city here, or the village, and are probably going to try to attack either this or maybe something in mainland Italy, so we're going to need to be ready for that. Given their relative strength, I could probably beat them with a garrison force, but just to be safe, you know. But it looks like we'll be able to take this without any fight, or at least a very, very minimal one, and uproot them, and that will give me a little bit more land down here. We'll have to spend some money, you know, building it up, but I think it'll be fairly easy to hold on to, given that we actually have very few enemies in this area. Most of our enemies are, you know, to our northeast, and then anybody who is an enemy over here is, you know, pretty much far, far to the east, where they're not necessarily a threat to us. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Total War Attila with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.